Better than the unregistered.
They've already started.
Do people want to hear a little bit about the legal case that the resident Maria Nash has put? Thank you very much.
If anybody'd like to come up, better listen. Everyone, listen to this. This is good, important stuff.
Please take part, be involved. If you don't know, you can't fight the fight. Please listen.
It was only a few hours ago, a couple of hours before this meeting, that we learned that a resident, a neighbor of us, Maria Nash, have instructed lawyers to seek judicial review of this whole fiasco, of this whole One Barnet. Maria, who many of us know as a veteran activist, unfortunately she's ill, she can barely talk now, so she asked me to speak on her behalf, and I can read to you from the statement to the press that Barnet Alliance sent today on Maria's behalf and about this legal case. The Barnet resident Maria Nash, I'll start with the title, a pre-action letter, that is the legal term of what the lawyers had sent Barnet Council only a few hours ago. Pre-action letter, proposed claim for judicial review, was served on Barnet Council. A Barnet resident, Maria Nash, has instructed lawyers to seek judicial review of the One Barnet program. A pre-action protocol letter was sent to the Council today prior to the Cabinet meeting tonight, which plans to approve the appointment of Capita as preferred bidder for the first of the One Barnet contracts, worth £320 million. I don't know how it dropped to 320. We know it was 750 million pounds, but we just go with the lower figure that Cornelius is quoting. The letter details the grounds on which a judicial review will be sought. Breach 1. A breach of the Council's duty to consult Barnet residents, businesses and community organizations about its plans, the result of which is that it has spent millions of pounds. The Agilicis contract alone has cost over £4 million and likely to rise to £6 million on professional consultants helping it to run the procurement process, but has not once asked local people for their views. Woo! Number 2, breach of councillors' duty to the residents in their area to make sure that their decisions represent the best available value for public money. In order to be sure that they are getting best value out of this or any other contract, the Council must compare the costs, benefits and risks of outsourcing with the costs, benefits and risks of retaining services in-house, but performing the way they are provided to optimize value. And I will add here that we have been seeking dialogue with the Council for years now to do a public in-house service improvement plan and to work to allow us, the trade union and residents, to work on an in-house bid to provide the same services they now go and sell off. Number 3, I'm back in the letter. A breach of public sector equality duty. The Council must take issues of equality into account when making important decisions which affect people's lives, like making radical changes in the way council services are run. The equalities impact assessment done in the One Barnet case was a pure paper exercise which took no account of the views of people who would be affected by the changes. They only checked the relevant clauses to their mind in the contract with Capita. They did not check how it will affect us, people needing and using the services. Number 4, breach of public procurement law, which requires that this contract be awarded to the company submitting the most economically advantageous tender from the point of view of the public body, i.e., the provider that gives the best value for money, taking into account the council's responsibilities. So it's not necessarily the cheapest one, but the one that can provide best and most cost effectively the services that the council is obliged to provide. Back to the letter. Lack of consultation with local people, lack of consideration of equalities, and lack of an in-house services comparator means the council cannot state that Capita gives the best value for money. They just don't know it because they did not compare. Such a breach of public procurement rules leads to cases like the West Coast Main Line. Number 5, breach of councillors' duty to make up their own minds. And not be bullied. Individual councillors must, by law, make up their own minds how to vote after informing themselves on the issues. They are not allowed blindly to follow the party line. Councillors, reference to Brian Coleman's blog. Councillors have been starved of information and have not had the opportunity to understand the highly complex proposals for the contract, so they cannot legally vote to do anything other than defer a decision so that they can inform themselves and come to a proper view. That's right. These are the grounds set in the letter sent to the council today, and we have to wait and see what response the council will give and how this will be taken forward to a judicial review, because it seems, according to this, that we have quite substantial grounds to invalidate whatever decision these guys over there are taking now.
Vicky, I should point out that although there's another legal case going forward, John Sullivan with his daughter Susan Sullivan, although they will get some legal aid, there will still be some costs involved in this. So one thing that we need to set our minds to in the coming weeks and months is to raise some money for the lawyers, damn it. But anyway, that's something that we're going to be doing.
Better the lawyers than Capita.
What sort of money are we talking about?
It's big money.
121 million.
Our first goal is 2,500. Our second goal is another 2,500.
And we know that a second letter from John Sullivan's challenge had gone in to the council tonight. I just got the message on my way here, so I haven't seen it. Just got the message. The letter was sent to the council today. So today.
I think we should propose to the council that their insurance policies, which they said tonight they think will cover any negligence in the councillors, that these insurance policies should also cover our costs in this.
In the meantime, if hopefully you all know, but some of you might not, the Barnet Alliance for Public Services has a donate button, and that money is going towards, whatever you give us will go towards supporting these legal challenges. So please look at all the information on our website and our tweets and our Facebook, and find the donate button and give whatever you can. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Austin Harney. I'm actually also a resident of London Borough of Barnet. I actually live in the ward of Richard Cornelius next door to Brian Holman. Anyway, as Secretary of Barnet Trades Council, just a comment by the way, I will actually offer to go back to the Trades Council and see if we can share in the funding for these legal cases. We stand together in taking this council on. We've got a big fight on it, but this tonight is really positive. It does show that not just the residents, but the people who do the great services for Barnet Council, also the council workers. I say even the police because I represent the Ministry of Justice and PCS as well, believe it or not. But I'm just saying, very important that this council is in danger in the long term of taking all our jobs, destroying our society. God knows what the term of London Borough of Barnet. Let's keep this fight up.
Wonderful. It's probably the most democratic thing that's happened in this building in a long time. Call out to everybody that's here. It's great to get union support. It's great that BAPS committee are working so hard, and it's great that so many people are coming together, so many organisations supporting, but it really takes each and every one of our individual efforts. We cannot outsource the actions we need to take any longer. We can't rely on anybody else. The situation is that dire. Across Europe, austerity is driving Portugal, Greece, Spain into the ground, and it's coming to England, and we need to be ready for that. And people are rising up all across. So you're not alone. This fight is not just one that's in Barnet, it's one that's taking place all across England, it's one that's taking place all across Europe, and we need to be reaching out. But what it takes is every single person to say the responsibility is on me to do something about it, and to find the change that you want to see, create the change that you want to see in Barnet and in England. So the responsibility is on you. We can't outsource change anymore.
For Barnet Spring.
It's quite victory out there.
If anyone needs leaflets, there are some leaflets here. If you can remember barnetalliance.org, please go and sign the petition for the referendum. We are approaching the 7,000 signature goal. Everybody takes some individual responsibility. The council does not take responsibility for our services. They are about to offload them. I don't know why they wanted to be councillors if they didn't want responsibility.
Maybe the government wants to abolish councils altogether. Maybe cheaper.
Listen, the